What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Cute with P3 podcast. We are on episode 61.
Gang,
You supposed to say,
gang. I thought somebody in A50 said something.
head. If this is your first time joining us, thank you. Welcome. Make sure you follow us on all of the things. You can find us at www.prettypluspower.com. Last week we had a conversation.
Thanks, Tone. We
Ooh.
appreciate that.
Last week we had a conversation about women's health. It was super, super dope. I went back and listened to it. We got our little ish off. I'm proud of us.
Mm-hmm.
In case you don't know the voice, it is me, Aziza, aka Zebo, aka the Human Universe, aka your favorite fat girl. And I got my bestie in the building with me. Introduce yourself.
Every week you throw me off before I can get started. You say something with me, like just it'd be so extra. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Ruthia, aka the spoiled one, aka the real one, aka the curve queen on the runway, and I'm also the unbothered one. Bitches get used to it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I've been unbothered lately.
Today we in here, big hair, don't care. What up? Hers look better than mine, and her eyebrows look better than mine. And I'm not gonna say I'm jealous, but I am a little bit.
Well, I was inspired by you. Last week your eyebrows was popping, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do me some Aziza here today. Let me snatch this off the floor, shake him out, pin him on. It's a half week, by the way, $19.99. If anybody was wondering, I ain't a hater. Go get your shit.
And this week's episode is sponsored by Now and Laters, or as Tone likes to say, Now and Laters.
I'm not gonna eat them now and later. I'm just eating them now.
So if I sound like I'm slobbing, it's because I am.
Sing the song "Slop on my knob, like corn on the cob." I don't know the rest.
Check
it
me
with me
and do your job.
Something like that. Yep.
Something like that. Well, since we're here, we might as well get started, right? Let's start with the quote of the week. We switching it up on y'all. The quote this week. Let me see your phone.
Oh, you need it?
Oh, I remembered it. You don't have to be everything to everybody.
That was for herself.
That what? Yes, it was. Hallelujah.
I knew
it was for me. I'm gonna say it again because y'all know we like to say it twice.
Sometimes
you don't have to be everything to everybody.
Let it break.
We need a praise break in there.
I was gonna twerk, so I was about to throw it back. You know what I felt? I kind of felt that one a little bit, but yeah. Ooh, listen. That's how your energy be drained and you get used up, and it just be like, you know what? I ain't got nothing left for myself. How do you continue to give if you have nothing for yourself?
What? That's a word.
I be deep on what? I be deep.
You do. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're going to keep it moving with our vibes of the week. You want to go first this time?
Yes, I'll go first. So I got two vibes, but they pretty much go together. So my first vibe is Megan Thee Stallion's new album. When I say that shit, crack, crack, crack. And then just the title, Good News, was like, you know what? I'm expecting some good news this week. And then just the word news has been resonating in my spirit this week. And this morning I seen a post that I actually reposted, and it said, the word this week is new. New life, new love, new finance, new job, new home, new opportunities, new friendships, new mindsets, new starts. Speak the word new over your life today.
Come on. I need all that.
I ain't trying to get no new friends though. My circle is really small. We just big in here. You know. we extra thick in this big energy. So I don't really need no new friends, but we can be new associates. She bring me now and laters.
I'm a hard friend to beat.
That's a fact. That is definitely a fact.
I'm a super friend. Shout out to Rich. I think he got something called Super Friends, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Oh, okay. Shout out to Rich, our pod cousin. Got a clothing line, Super Friends. Rich off of Get You a Piece.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what?
All right, so my vibe this week is another something out of the dictionary of made up words of Aziza, right?
Oh Lord.
let me it's a good one this week though. So I realized that what I'm doing with my life is more so based around passion and purpose. So I decided that instead of being an entrepreneur, I'm gonna be a passionpreneur and a purposepreneur.
So when you sent that, right, I was like, I'm gonna definitely need her to explain because I'm gonna have to write this one down because I'm gonna be saying it wrong, trying to sound deep and be like, what? That was my CZ, say it again for me because I can't remember.
Yeah. Yep. So
it's
it's
gonna
a
be one of them
passionpreneur and a purposepreneur because I'm not gonna work myself to death. I'm not working. I don't work a job because I didn't want to work myself to death. So I'm not about to work myself to death, even on my own accord. You know what I'm saying? I'm only gonna do what I'm passionate about and things that are related to my purpose because I need to be happy. My happiness is now like my number one priority. Right. I don't know where the shift happened. Maybe it's because last month I turned 32.
That was last month.
Yep. Dang. I've been 32 for almost 2 months.
I ain't got there yet. I'm only 29 3/4. I like motherfucker. Y'all seen the mic?
The mic was like, I am not here for this shit.
I should have got the other mic. This mic a hater.
Toe ass, the ass.
Who said, bitch, stop lying.
But yeah, I encourage people to even if you still work a job, you should still be a passionpreneur, a purposepreneur, so that you can take time for yourself to do what you want to do to make you happy in your own life.
You know what makes me happy at work? Turning on Megan Thee Stallion, because I be in there like, I take my headphones out like, what y'all say? Oh, I was really on the stage with some booty shorts and some thigh high glitter boots. Like, that really makes me happy at work when I'm not there mentally.
Yeah. I do have to do a disclaimer. I ain't telling you to quit your job.
Yes, she is.
I only tell my friends to quit their jobs. If I don't know you, I'm not telling you that.
She definitely be trying to get me to quit.
All the time. Of
course.
course.
And to just work with her.
Of course.
I got a job for you. Like, fam, P3 still owe me a side tooth.
Hey.
Till y'all show and prove.
Ain't no y'all. It's me and you.
Until we show it. I need a side tooth, man. It's rough out here.
We got to work harder. Get that insurance policy popping. Employer paid insurance. But yeah, I'm not telling you to quit your job right now. Because what I did was leverage my life. But I'm a simple person. Like, I buy a couple things here and there. But like, I don't have.
Who is this person?
Okay, listen.
This simple person you talk about.
Me.
Good day.
I'm not like, I used to be a shopaholic. Like, there would be no way that I would be able to
I'm a simple person.
Not work a job because I spent too much money. But nowadays, I kind of just spend on things that I want, things that'll last, and then things that I can recycle and make money from. Like yesterday, I spent a whole lot of money on beads.
Ooh,
right?
We got our shit.
Y'all want to know how much money I spent on beads?
Nope, don't tell them.
I'm gonna tell them. I spent $173 on beads. However, I make jewelry, so that's gonna come back like tenfold by the time I use all of that stuff up. So, that's an investment.
That's what you told me when I was in the aisle picking up shit too.
Yeah,
like, don't worry, it's an investment.
Exactly. So. And it puts you on your grind because now like, I gotta do something with this because I definitely spent all of this money and I've
been having a lot of good energy to create. So
that's good. That's good. This has been a creative cycle. But yeah. If y'all are joining us on stream, on the live stream this week, Tone trying something new. What up? So make sure y'all share this video. We about to go live on Instagram because it's time for the topic.
Juan has already told me that.
That's not what I wanted.
I'm like, that was random.
I needed some cheers or something.
Oh.
Wait. I needed a good segue sound.
I just want to see what this is.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
You see that? This is the
All right, Mom.
I have never touched this because I don't know who sanitizes it. I see fingerprints.
So this week we are talking about how not to give a fuck or how to not give a fuck. However you like to form that sentence for yourself. The goal is
To act more like me, basically.
so since you said that, what are some things that you do to not give a fuck?
I just don't. Like, I don't know if it's like a method or anything, but I feel like I've grown a lot, so I don't give everybody and everything a reaction. I be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'll take notice to it, and it'd be like, you did what you did. I feel how I feel, and it is what it is, and I'm gonna move on. I take a lot of stuff and I meditate on it, and I'll be like, all right, so this happened, and this is how I need to move going forward. So for me, it's kind of like, oh, that's how you feel, sis? That's how you feel, bro? Cool, you acting funny, so I'm gonna move the fuck about your way. Continue to move that way. I'm just the unbothered one. That shit don't bother me, and I know how to hold in my reactions most of the time.
So I'm almost the opposite. I'm sorry, the Instagram feed is sideways. So if y'all see me keep doing this, it's because I'm trying to read the comments. I probably give a fuck too much. Like, I care a lot about what people say or think or do or how I make people feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I care about how people make me feel. So
There's
yeah,
nothing wrong with it, but I think it's how we outwardly express it. Because then you give people the power to control you all the time.
see that's
Now I
where,
can go in the bathroom and cry and pull my shit together and come back out, and you would never know. I do my shit inward or with my inner circle, but ain't no way no random motherfucker gonna be able to tell me how to adjust my life and how to move. Like, yeah, okay.
Let me read that comment. Can you move that mic? It's Andrea from the live feed said, if it makes me feel shifted within myself, I instantly stop giving a fuck. I like that. We talked about something like that. Well, how people become toxic. Like, people are toxic to you when they make you step outside of who you are.
Listen, this has been my year of growth. Any and everything, I don't care who it is, what it is. If I feel some type of way, it got to stop. It got to cut off. And if I tell you about it and you choose not to adjust, then it's like, okay, cool. Like, that's been my shit all year. My mom took something I said the other day the wrong way, and I told her, and she was like, that wasn't my intention. But I put stuff in its place right then and there. I don't wait to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna wait to kind of feel it out. Like, no, I might wait to, you know what I'm saying, give the whole story to you, depending on what the situation is. But if it's something that make me feel some type of way, it's gonna be stopped right then and there. I can't do the lingering
Teach
no
me.
more.
Listen,
I've been
it's so
broken
crazy.
for too fucking long.
It's so crazy. I'm so I don't want to say I'm passive because you're not just gonna walk all over me. And I do want to let me back up a little bit. People don't control my emotions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't invoke a reaction out of me just because you do something.
So I used to be a fighter.
I'm always very conscious of everything in my interactions with too many people, right? But I went to like when I was working, I went to like a I don't want to call him a therapist, but he essentially was a therapist. And he told me that I'm not assertive enough. I'm a little bit too past. It's crazy because I'm Zebo and I do, you know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, because you be like, I be like, calm down. I'm just going to
but
the
when it
bathroom.
comes to advocating for myself, I don't do that enough.
I agree.
And so even when I try to, people don't take me serious.
You advocate for the people around you.
I do.
Way
Hard.
more. I'd be like,
Hard.
girl.
And I don't know why. Like, I'll push you to the precipice of whatever it is that you want to get to, and then I'll be
bullying.
Like, right.
I definitely call it bullying.
That's where Zebo came from. But then it'd be like me. I'm like, but if you be nice to me, like, we can be friends. I don't know what that is.
But you know what? I feel like because I'm in this growth and healing, or I should say, period of my life, like, I feel like I'm more trying to get the peace and the environment and the energy to be right. Because before, you can say anything, look at me the wrong way, and I was set and ready to fucking go. Like, I was angry And now I'm not trying to be that same person.
Mhm.
I'm trying to be a better me. So I have to make sure that everything around me is intentional.
Mm.
So for me, a lot of people be like, oh, well, she don't care about this, she don't care about that. Like, I care. I'm just not going to allow the world to see it. I have to make sure that I'm good within. I'm very spiritual. So a lot of times when I say I used to be a fighter, like I got kicked out of schools. Like they'd be like, what school you go to? I went to all of them. Don't worry about all that. Because I was so much about giving a fuck about other people think like, oh, why she dressed like this, or why she this size, and why she that. And I was like, you want to find out? I'm gonna push your ass down these fucking steps. Like I was giving too much caring about what other people thought. So it would make me aggressive.
Mm.
And shit, y'all used to always say like I was mean. That's where the name The Real One came from. Was like, no, I'm not mean. I'm just real. And I'm too real for some people. But at this point, my realness is a little bit more humble. It's a little bit more gentle. It's just the fact that like I can't allow anybody else to control me, to silence me. You're gonna hear me, but it's not gonna be in an aggressive manner.
Yeah. I like that. I gotta work on it. I got some shit to work on for real because
Listen.
I don't know.
Now on Fridays, if y'all catch it might be a little different, but yeah, I try my best to still be, I guess, this approachable person.
Yeah.
Because when you don't give a fuck, sometimes it can be like
Yeah.
be a little hard.
So I think that was one of the things that I thought about. Is like how not to give a fuck, right? Because I got a one of my sister friends. She does not like. She is the epitome of I don't give a fuck. She will say anything to anybody in any setting, right?
Brutal
Because
honesty. I love it.
and that's what it is.
And that's
like,
what I thought I was before. And everybody was like, no, you just mean, you a bully. And I just be like, me.
Well, I think it depends on how people take it. And that's where you have to have some level of discernment. Like you can be brutally honest, right? You can be honest. You don't have to be brutally honest. That is a choice. You know what I'm saying? Your delivery, you know what I'm saying? You know how they always be like, if you want to get something across to somebody, you can say the same thing, but deliver it different ways.
Absolutely.
And it might be received
Or
on
you
the
can
opposite
give the
end.
same message more than once, but depending on who's giving it.
Exactly. So I think being truly, truly honest and, you know, speaking your thoughts, I think that's one way to not give a fuck. So another way that I was thinking about is being secure in yourself, right? Especially when I would off top, I automatically think of like in a context of a relationship, right? This whole thing, this topic kind of sparked because I was watching the Kevin Hart comedy show.
That she
And
couldn't tell me which one it was.
It was whatever the most recent one was that was sponsored on Netflix. I can't.
No fucks given.
That's what it was called.
No fucks given.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I just remembered the one part on there where he was talking about women give too much of a fuck. Like we give a fuck too much.
when it comes to relationships, I can see that because I feel like so many women feel like we need the relationship to complete us, or that's what's being put out. Like, well, I need this and I need this to work, and I need to, because it's an image. We feel like there's an image that needs to be shown, but that image isn't always perfect. So we always trying to protect what is seen on the outside versus what we are healing or dealing with on the inside, which is super, super important. Like, quit trying to fix the physical and the image. Like, let's get our inner piece together.
Or trying to keep something together when it shouldn't be. Like we got a habit of, I don't want to look like a failure. I don't want to feel like a failure to myself, and you holding on to something that God may be trying to snatch away from you.
Facts, because we be putting brown gel, black gel, white gel, eco. Listen, got to be holding spray the blood of Jesus and everything else on these goddamn edges, and be like, it got to stay together. Like, no, just let them baby carrots curl up. That's what it's supposed to do. Just, you know.
But it was so his joke at the time was, you know, like, men, if you tell them like, oh, I'm going out, or mind you, I don't remember the joke. I didn't laugh too much. I
would have fucking died.
But he's like, you know, you would tell your husband or whatever that you're going out, and he'd be like, oh, okay, have a good time. Oh, I'm gonna be back at like 2. Great. You know what I'm saying? He was like, but when the rollers was worried, like,
Period.
who you going with? What time you gonna be back?
Where
y'all
going?
going? Like, and it's like he was
Just
like, we
going
get
to
to
the
that
fucking
point.
store. You wearing them sweatpants? Why you gotta wear them sweatpants?
Listen,
This nigga wears sweatpants,
sweatpants
all
will
the
cause
fucking
a
time.
whole argument. What are you doing? Go put some jeans on. Like, what are you quit playing? But he was saying that a lot of times we make ourselves mad because we give those fucks. Like,
You gotta
but I
be
think
secure.
that turns back to a level of security.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not saying that women are we are solely responsible for our security. However, we have to look at the circumstances surrounding whether or not we feel extremely secure or insecure.
But at the same time, we also have to be aware, like if something that simple as going to the corner store or something like that is something that's gonna give a reaction out of me, I need to check my relationship. Whether it's with friends, a male, or whatever the case may be, I need to check the relationship because for whatever reason, I feel like I can't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
And trust and loyalty is huge. So if I feel like, think I can see your dick print, come holler at me in the bedroom real quick, and then you can go.
Yeah.
Let me help you lower that a little bit, and then we can handle that later. But go. Me, go. Go ahead.
I think,
But post pictures every 30 fucking minutes. Okay, I want to see what's going on in your background.
But then that's getting back to the insecurity and actually giving a fuck. Like, I think that's probably what, like, one of the hardest things for us to do, because like, I don't know why.
Too oftentimes when we in a relationship, we don't see our partner as a friend, and we don't go out together. So if I can go out with my man and I know, you know what I'm saying, what he's doing as far as like with his male friends, and I know them and I feel like I can trust them and we can all go out together, then it's a difference than when he go out by himself. It's like, oh, I know this nigga boring. I know he ain't doing nothing. Like,
Right.
But that's the security level. We have to know who we're dating.
Yeah.
Like I can, go hang out with you and then allow you to go hang out with your other friends. I'm gonna talk my shit. But these ain't finna go do nothing but go to the motherfucking beach. Like that's all they doing. But I'm gonna be like, don't be being a better friend to them than me. But that's just me talking shit. But we have a secure friendship.
Yeah.
I know you ain't cheating on me. Because if you are, I'm checking your Instagram, your Facebook, and the people you was out with, I'm checking theirs too.
So okay, we gotta deviate for a second. So even if there was no cheating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is just the thought of being cheated on a reason why so many women are unable to not give a fuck?
I don't know if I've ever been cheated on.
But
I
even just
haven't
the thought
knowingly.
of, even just the fear of possibly being cheated on.
I don't know. I haven't had that experience.
I think,
I wonder, have I been cheated on? That's a good question.
I mean, even if you haven't been cheated on, just the thought, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we create our own scenarios in our heads, or do we let fear take over so much that we create insecurity within ourselves because we give too much of a fuck?
I think so. I think that we all have the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And that's just with anything, like I said, with anything, because even if it's my son going to do something, the fear of who he's going to be with, who's he's going to be around in this environment, is he going to keep on his mask?
Mm-hmm.
Is, what I'm saying, is the people he's been around, like, have they been, what I'm saying, safe? I think it's just the fear of the unknown is normal behavior for men, women, whoever. I think that like, shit, somebody probably thinking like, well, she ain't text me back and I know she woke, or, you know what I'm saying? Like the little green dot on Facebook says she, whatever. But I think it's just the fear of what if.
So that leads me to another one. I think if we can control our levels of anxiety, right? Which I'm not saying that that's an easy feat.
Shit,
but even taking a breath or asking those questions, you know what I'm saying? Seeking to gain that understanding and that clarity. If we can control our levels of anxiety, I think that overly giving a fuck about stuff would go down. Because like you just said, it's all of these different fears that we create in our own minds because we just don't know. You know what I'm saying? We create all of this worry, like all of these things are happening in our environment. And then we bring that back and now we give a fuck because it's like, who you finna go with? Who driving the car? Exactly. Andrea said we attach ourselves to the experiences around us.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think that, I mean, experiences form
And
a
we
lot
gotta
of
get the
who
time
we
to
are.
heal.
So,
If I'm coming from an abusive relationship, the next relationship I get into, I'm gonna have that fear that all men are the same because I haven't given myself time to heal.
yeah. And I think, like we always talk about, healing is a forever process. It's an ongoing process. I don't think we get to a point where we are healed.
Right.
We are always healing. We just may be in a better space than we were.
Yeah. I'm
You know what I'm
apologize to
saying?
anybody that dated me before this because the bitch was like, I might have been a little crazy.
I mean,
Just a little
I,
bit.
I would
Or a
imagine that they
lot.
would need to do some apologizing to you as well. Because, I mean, y'all not together now. If everything was perfect on both ends, y'all would still be together. So there's that.
Fuck them niggas.
I think one that I was like, okay, well, maybe that's a little bit tough, but I think in order to not give a fuck, some people for some people it would be a level of selfishness. Like, I don't care about what you think about anything else. It's all about what I think. So I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't give a fuck about what you got going on. I don't give a fuck about what you doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think a level of selfishness can contribute to not giving a fuck as well.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I would say if you take the opposite of insecurity and you do like arrogance, you know what I'm saying? I think that would contribute to not giving a fuck. Because where one person might give a fuck too much because it's like, oh, this, that, and the other may
Right.
happen. Like we was just talking about, you got somebody else who like, she ain't doing shit or he ain't doing shit. Like, I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck what you doing because you ain't getting no better than this. Which
I'm just saying, if you dated me, I'm what your mother was expecting when she said she wants the best for you.
I wish I could flip my hair, but I'll flip my earring.
Yes.
Andrea said, our mothers, sisters, friends, fathers, uncles, cousins, it's the behaviors we have been exposed to that cause us to have paranoia. We lack faith in our mates and relationships. It's all everything that we've seen. Everything that we've seen, experienced, contributes to
trauma buddies.
Ooh, womb mates.
If you're in a relationship, right, and you got trauma and that person is helping feed that trauma versus helping you and see the trauma or the things that's hard for you to get over, that's just like me seeing something in you and me not trying to help you see that, because you have to see it first and then we can work on helping you get past it or healing it through it or whatever. But if I'm constantly feeding that energy, that's just like, and I'm gonna use abuse because it's the easiest one. If I know someone has been abused and I'm gonna use that against them and constantly threaten to hit them or do things that I notice a trigger for them, I'm a womb buddy. I'm a womb mate. I'm a, you know what I'm saying, a trauma buddy. Because at this point, I'm feeding into that versus trying to help you get through it.
And then I think sometimes that may be.
So at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about
it may
what
be
you went
unintentional. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes.
Like, they may not know they're doing it because trauma is so familiar and so comfortable for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to see the drama in your life because their life is full of drama. That's what gets them up and feeds them every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my cutoff game be real serious.
I think
once I tell you, like, this is bothering me, and I don't see a shift or some type of, like, oh wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna cut you off. Family or not, I cut you off. And it might sound harsh, but and I say that I used to say this all the time, like, fuck them kids. But when I was saying it, like, back then it was just me being goofy, but at the same time, like, us as parents, we have to take that time to refill on ourselves. I cut Tyler off all the time because I need, like, he can be doing something, and if it's getting to me to where I feel like I'm going to react to my child in a certain way, I need that moment to go. And whether I'm getting up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and I'm listening and I'm feeding off of something else, I need that time to refill myself so I can respond to him in a different way. That's just like with a relationship. Everybody be like, well, I'm gonna walk away. No, I want to sit here and argue right now. Like, you ain't gotta do all that. Say what you feel and allow me time to adjust and figure out how I want to respond, and respect the fact that I'm not gonna argue with you. because I'm not one to argue.
Listen,
I'm not gonna argue with
that
you.
forced argument is such a like a.
I'm not gonna do it.
I hate it. Like, first off, I don't even know what the fuck I want to say to you right now because you just screamed out, like you just screamed out at me.
Did y'all hear how
And-
her voice went up like 16 octaves? Her voice was like,
Whatever.
I'm just
Anywho,
saying, you was
so-
passionate about that.
I had put on Facebook a status on to get some feedback from people.
Don't read Juan's comment, please. Don't.
Hey, it might be valid. Somebody might need to hear that. So, Simone Smith said, "Meditate. You won't give a fuck about anything." And let me think. Do I agree with that? Absolutely. Because in meditation, if you get into like a trained meditation, like an elevated level of meditation, you can train yourself. Like you can train yourself to react to certain stimuli in certain ways.
That's kind of what I said before.
Pretty much. So you can practice that in meditation. You can put yourself in situations where you would normally react like you would have if I decline the call the first time, that doesn't mean call me back. Like,
I feel like for some people, meditation is scary for them because they don't know what meditation is, but some people are more spiritual. So I kind of do a little bit of both, but I always go and talk to my God.
meditation is nothing but sitting still and breathing.
Right. But some people don't know that.
That's it. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to
I'm
a
sorry, but
certain
this gonna come
religion
out
or
today.
spirituality to meditate. I mean, it's literally the same thing as when, but some people are afraid of yoga, but it's all about the breath and controlling the breath and slowing down your brain waves and centering yourself. And you know what I'm saying? So it's a level of self-care that a lot of us don't have, but we need to strive, you know what I'm saying? Strive to. Marjorie Rucker said, practice being unbothered. Something may cross your mind, but distract your mind with something positive. After a little time, you will truly be unbothered and will not give a fuck. That's pretty much what you said. Our pod cousin, baby pod Uncle Juan says, smoke more, stress less. Now,
I am sick of his shit.
Hey, that is-
as much as
that's
it
actually
sounds like a
helpful for
joke,
some people.
this is what a lot of people do. Like a lot of people smoke to
But
relieve
that's-
themselves of all of the care that they
That's just
have.
like saying that I need to drink away my problems.
You're not
That's what-
drinking it away.
That's what a lot of
It's
people do
just-
though.
You're taking the stress off, so the anxiety goes away. So sometimes you can look and actually say, okay, fuck them kids. I got this to take care of. I got this now.
So for me, when it comes to smoking and drinking, because I'm not a smoker or a drinker, I seen that being a problem in my home as a child. So for me, it's like, nope, that's not an option.
Using dependencies compared to clarity. That's
Listen,
why.
finding crack pipe behind the toilet is not a fun thing.
Yeah.
Dependency.
But see, so for you, smoking more is not a thing.
It's not a thing.
For some people, that is the only way that they can cope. And I'm not a smoker either, but I understand. Like I've talked to people who, if I don't smoke, my day-to-day life is not happening. Like I have to smoke because the stresses and, you know what I'm saying, my anxiety level, my depression is so high that I need this to help to numb me to everything else going on. Now, what I would suggest, exactly, you took the words right out of my mouth. What I was going to suggest is that you need to start to search for something deeper, because when that high come down, when you sober back up, all of those problems are going to come crashing down. You have to do some type of work, some type of self-care, get some type of support to really move yourself into a healing, you know what I'm saying, a
Yeah.
healing cycle.
Forgiveness is the best way to not give a fuck, whether it's forgiving other people or forgiving yourself or forgiving the situation. So if y'all been listening to our previous podcast, like I've been having an issue where holidays are really, really high anxiety times for me, as well as like the fact that I have to be in a room with certain people and it really, really bothers me. But because I've been healing, I was okay with being at Thanksgiving dinner with certain people and not feeling that same anxiety. I was able to coexist in the same space with people, but that's because I've taken the time to actually heal, to grow, and to really I forgave them for the things that they did that would bother me, and I also forgave myself for allowing them to control my emotions. Nobody should be able to be in a room with me and make me feel like, you know what, I can no longer deal with this day. I can't be in a room with normal people. So for me, it was just like, you know what? I'm patting myself on the back because I was able to get through Thanksgiving dinner, which I wasn't able to do for so many years. You know, it was kind of like I would literally dread or make up excuses like, oh, I got something to do. I ain't had shit to do. But for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, but because this year I've been doing the work, I was able to actually have Thanksgiving in my house. I was actually able to enjoy it for the most part. And it felt great to be able to move past the anxiety. And I didn't have to smoke and I didn't have to drink.
Yeah.
It's a long term type of thing.
I'm sorry, I need your phone back so I can keep reading the comments. So Kat Hollister said, I learned early on to turn off my caring switch when it comes to certain things. I think that's valid. Some stuff you can just let pass, especially if it's small. You know what I mean? I think we can practice that to help us get over bigger things. Like if I can not care about this, okay, it really didn't, do that much. Okay, my boss pissed me off today. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. Oh, I got a parking ticket.
That's the thing. I don't think that we can ever not care or not give a fuck. I think it's just the way we deal with it, the way we express it, the way we show the outer world. Like
Yeah,
we gonna always, it's human nature. We always gonna care.
yeah.
We always gonna care. However, we gotta learn how to adjust. Woosah.
Kamar Carter said, understand that things don't happen to you, they happen around you.
That's dope. I like that.
That's a whole different level
like
of
that.
not giving a
I'm just here.
F.
I'm just here.
It reminded me of a line in a poem that said, the things that we go through only stand to grow you, right? So any of your experiences are either a blessing or a lesson.
I would try to quote whatever.
Boom. I liked how that rhymed. I didn't. That wasn't intentional.
I know I said something about it before, but it was something that I was. I watched a video with Oprah and what's the guy name? You know who I'm talking about? T.D. Jakes, and what they were saying, like that stuff was there to teach you that lesson. Like your trauma did not happen to you; it happened around you. And you just decided to pick that trauma up and keep taking it with you, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
I
ain't a bag lady no more, y'all. I'm dropping these lows. You hear me?
Listen. And okay. So I'm gonna read these couple and then I want to jump back and it might be off topic, but I think because you brought up TD Jakes that we can talk about it. Sonia Ivy said, if it messes with my spirit, it's over. It's over. That's that kind of
and that's just that on that.
Yeah, that kind of mirrors what Andrea said on the actual live feed. And then she said, I agree, some people are used to abnormal behavior. So how do we because you're a practicing Christian, right? Are there lessons that are being taught as to how to, for lack of a better word, to cleanse your spirit of those traumas? Do they teach you how to, you get what I'm saying? To purge yourself of all of this trauma so that you can move forward.
I don't think it's being taught inside of the church. I think that we have to learn to grab our Bibles for ourselves and get into our own word and get it to our own, because I'm more spiritual than anything. So I have to go to God and talk to him for myself, because that's the only way I'm going to get through it. Because you can tell me a Bible verse, and if I don't choose to go read it, then I just choose it. I'm going to read it. And you can tell me some stuff, but the Players Club said it best. Never trust anybody's information but your own. So if you read a verse in the Bible and you get your own understanding from it and you tell me, and it might not resonate with me. But if I go and I read it, I'll be like, that was deep. I might have to read it 2 or 3 times. But for me, I never go and I never be like, okay, well, my pastor said this, and this is what's working for me. They're gonna constantly embed in you to what do they say? Give it to God, right?
Okay.
That's the only thing that I can think of is that they're saying to do. Put the full armor of God on and be still is what they never say. The part be still, that's when we're meditating. That's when we're being still. We're waiting on God. We're, you know what I'm saying? In those moments, we need to be still. So I'm putting my armor on. So whatever the enemy is doing to attack me is no longer harming me, but I'm being still. He didn't say put the armor on and go out there and shoot them up. Put your armor on and be still. That's the best thing that I can think of. But for me, it works. I put my armor on, I be still, and I get in my zone with him or her or however you choose to address.
John, can you put that comment back up there?
Most definitely.
She said we have to learn how to decide what we want to put our energy into.
Absolutely. If we choose to no longer be broken or to no longer be angry, then I'm choosing that this reaction with this person is no longer going to affect me.
Yeah. And I think we underestimate the power of words, right? And people say that all the time, but I think we really, really do. If you speak something over yourself, I am angry, I am depressed, I am, you know what I'm saying? If we say those
I
things
am
enough,
statements be serious.
exactly. We do positive I am statements, but so often negative I am statements are what we hear. And you keep saying that to yourself, you speaking that into your spirit. So then a lot of people talk about manifestation now. You say something negative, your life is going to start to manifest that as well. You don't just manifest a good job, a good car. You manifest your moods, you manifest your emotions, you manifest your relationships. Like, we literally manifest everything that we have going on.
Exactly.
So the more negative you speak over your life,
And
that's going to start to
social
reflect.
media has a big part in that as well.
What?
Because I was watching a live feed the other day, and the lady was saying, like, y'all rarely see me get trolls on my page because of the energy, one, that I put out and the type of people that I follow on my page. I only allow positive energy on my timeline. You might be having a bad day, and if you say something negative, I'm gonna decide right then and there whether I'm unfollowing you, blocking you, or whatever. So whatever energy is coming to me, whatever energy I'm putting out is going to rub off. So if I'm giving off all this good energy, and you might just be having a bad day, and you come and you got this negative energy, whatever I'm putting out should either rub off on you, so you can be like, you know what, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't be feeling this way. So either my energy is going to bounce off to you, but I will never allow your energy to bounce off to me.
I like that. I like that.
I'm telling you, I am a Kira JB speaking. Shit.
Without actually ever having verbalized that, I think that's a lot of what I do. Like, I try to remain positive. I go through my own stuff in my own time by myself, right? But I try to project out what I want to receive back, right? And just like her, I am the unfollow, I am the unfriend, I am the block queen.
I will
You could
unmother
say
you,
something.
unfather you, unbrother you, unsister you, unauntie, all that. Like, listen, I don't care who you are. If it's not for me, then it's not for me. We can have this relationship next month, but today I can't do it. It's fucking up my peace.
Yeah, no,
and I say
I
that.
I agree 100%. I agree. Because there's been a time where I felt that, like, people's moods would affect mine. I could be happy-go-lucky, and then if they end up in a funky mood, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It comes out of, like,
I feel sorry for the empaths.
What's wrong with you?
Because that day you called me an empath, I was like, I'm having a moment. It was yeah, them empaths. Woo, I've been learning to try to hone that spirit.
You know what?
I really have.
I was just watching Girlfriends, Self-Mastery. Our new pod cousin on the side just says self-mastery. And that is, yeah, that.
Listen, I'm over here rubbing myself like, yeah, it's just the energy. I just be literally in the moment. I just be like, I just need to relax, calm down.
Yeah,
that self-talk is how I really choose to not give a fuck. Like,
yeah,
you can be saying a whole bunch of stuff, and in my head, I'm like, just breathe, relax. You got bills to pay. You got a child to take care of. Like, I don't be hearing half of the shit y'all be saying. All the posts that y'all be making that be indirect as a motherfucker, I'll be like, she has no life. She is so unhappy, but she gonna keep posting pictures. She gonna keep pretending. Okay, cool.
And then that ain't none of my business either. That's what I've come to find. Like that's the way that I don't give a fuck. Because if it's not directly affecting me and it's not my business, you got that, boo. I'ma cheer you on and I'ma hug you when you're down. And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sonia Ivy said we have to be careful what we speak into the atmosphere. 100%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like,
Listen.
but yeah, that's I've learned to I don't even want to say I decipher because I don't even care enough to like try to filter through what you post outwardly. What you want to share is what you want to share. When it comes to social media and stuff like that, I'm not gonna make any judgments about your life based on what you post. Just as you shouldn't make any judgments about my life based on what I post. Because again, social media is not reflective of reality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though we spend a lot of time on social media, a lot of people can be like, oh, well, you know, I spend too much time. I'm usually on there 2 hours a day, but shit, it's still 22 other hours. You don't know what's going on in other 22 hours in my day. You know what I'm saying? And it could go both ways. I could project to be happy on social media and really be going through it.
Listen, depression can look just like this.
Exactly.
Happiness can look just like this.
Exactly. And I'm talking about all 100% all the way through. Like
Success
I could come here every
just
day.
Like this. Failure can look just like this.
I can come here every shit for the last few months. I was coming here every Saturday and I'm pepped up and you know what I'm saying, talking like this on the podcast. And then for the rest of the week I was asleep because it was like whatever is going on, I can't face this right now. I had to get to a point like I had to understand myself and be so what's the word? I guess I'll say in tune and truthful with myself that it was like, damn, I might be depressed. Like
self-awareness and self-talk, if that's what it's called, is probably the best way not to give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's just it. I be talking to myself a lot. Don't answer yourself.
I was talking to myself. Myself said,
Don't Mr. Brown out here.
Listen, that's too funny. What time we at?
47.
47? That's it?
Oh, we can talk our shit.
Wow.
Don't tell
about your experience on Wednesday.
Talk to the hand, sorry. So
she just not gave a fuck about what you said. That is another great example how to not give a fuck. She blocked all of the negative energy that was coming her way.
Oh yeah, I put up a status the other day, and it just said I just need a week of positivity, of no like I need a week of no negative energy. And when I say that shit worked,
you spoke it, and
I really, really did, and I'm so thankful for it. And if you know what I'm saying, if I can do something as simple as really just put up a status. And because every time somebody comment on it, I'm going back and I'm reading it to myself. So now I am speaking that into the atmosphere and speaking it into my spirit. I, for the most part, had a great week. Great week.
I think another way not to give a fuck, right, is to have somebody that you can talk to when you get to those points and be like, you know what, I just need to vent and to spaz out real quick so I can go back to not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
It's okay to give a fuck. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Because you always need those moments to just kind of let it out. Because if you keep holding it in, then that's going to become a problem. So find a way to release.
Yeah.
Whether
be
it's
selective.
Reading, writing, talking to somebody. She know.
Be selective about your fucks. I think somebody might have said something to that earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can get through small things and be like, I really don't care about that. Or be selective about who you give your fucks to. Like if you was walking around with like a purse full of fucks.
Right. Like, damn, I can't get that to you because I only got 3 more fucks left. And I got a whole nother 6 hours. And I know I'm going to be at work for 10 hours. So yeah, that's limit yourself to 10 fucks a day. Not even.
What if we had to carry our fucks around for real on paper and to be like, these all of the fucks you get for the year. You would be really selective about where you put your energy.
You just call it vacation time?
Uh-huh.
I call them mental health days. I'd be like, I need a mental health day.
What? Listen.
Listen, my supervisor walked in on me looking at the calendar, trying to figure out how many days I had left. He was like, planning on taking a vacation? I said, I got some mental health days I need to use up because y'all be getting on my fucking nerves. I said it just like that. He was like, okay, whenever you decide to put it in, just let me know and then I can go approve it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how do you know, like, for in general, right?
Mhm.
How can someone determine whether or not they actually gave a fuck in that moment? Like, because some people be like, oh, I mean, we all got that little bit of like denial, right? Like we all don't get to a point where we are willing to admit, like, I probably do give a fuck about a lot more. So, like, how can people decide or determine whether or not they've given a fuck?
I think it's their reaction. And the way we realize that we've moved on or moved past something or healed through something is, what was that the quote last week? It was something we said
Mhm.
last week where when you are given the opportunity to respond the same way
And you don't,
and
you
you
respond
don't,
differently.
you respond differently. Like, that's a way to know. Like, I probably do fucking care.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking too this morning, like, any situation where you might want to tell somebody fuck you, you probably give a fuck. And it might, like, you ain't like you angry to the point of like, you know what?
You know what's crazy?
Fuck you.
Somebody used to tell me all the time that, like, you just don't care. You don't give a fuck about nothing because I refuse to argue. Right? It was like, you don't care about me. You ain't never tried to stab me. Like, wait, what? That's a thing. That's what you're used to. However, for me growing up, arguing and violence was something that was just like, that's something I'm just not gonna do.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it so much. So I probably do care, but that's not my way to express it. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
I don't have that much
Wait,
energy
don't
to
take
give.
that off yet.
I just don't.
So Sonia said, when it takes you out of your character, or you or have you constantly thinking about it. So
If you losing sleep,
what? If you gotta constantly keep talking about it, if every time if given any opportunity you have to keep talking about it, you still give a fuck. There's some things in my life that I still give a fuck about in relation to my family, and I have to admit that I do. I have to do some real work because I give I give too much of, like, all my fucks be like,
listen.
That's where they
And
at,
the
right
fact
there.
that, like, every time you get with your homegirl, right, and you be sitting there like, all right, I know I probably talk about this person way too much, but listen, when
So
you
you
gotta
just
give that disclaimer,
you just gonna attack me like that
talking about
right now?
I was talking about both of us. Like, when you got to give that disclaimer though, like, you know what? Okay, so I know we had just talked about this person, but girl, this nigga did this, and like, that's a thing. I realized that I let me own my shit. I realized that I love this person because it was like a constant thing. It was just like, I guess whatever. It is what it is.
Do love somebody.
It's so fucking annoying. It is so annoying. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah. Wait, put that comment back up.
When I roll my eyes,
Because it made me
that's
think
how
of
I
something.
know
I
give
need
a
to bring it back.
Because I don't roll my eyes often.
Oh, another part of the self-mastery is understanding what your character is and what's out of character and what's actually right on brand for who you are.
Listen, I'm great at ignoring people.
Yeah.
That's not out of character for me.
And for
I
me,
do it all the time.
Like, I'm like a can of soda, right? Like, you can shake me up a little bit, a lot though. Like,
Listen, I'm sitting over here.
you can
like,
pass the can around, but the minute you try to open that motherfucker, it's going to explode. It's not going to just overflow. It's gonna explode. The can is no longer there, and I understand that that's something I need to work on, and it actually hasn't happened in a long time. So it's something that I have been working on. But to understand, like, what's what is getting you out of your character? You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you know that you gonna react a certain way all the time, that's a part of who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of your character. So giving a fuck and letting people push you to, you know what I'm saying, emotional breaks all the time. If that's a part of your character, then you need to work. You need to work on some things.
Absolutely.
Because now people can,
if
you know what I'm
everybody
saying,
can
have a
do
tug of war on
if
your
it's
emotions
one
all the
particular
time.
person, then that's an issue that you need to work on with that particular. Continue. If you got to be small all the time,
Mm-hmm.
no, we ain't dimming no lights over these ways.
Come on.
I ain't being small for no motherfucking body.
I can't be small.
I'm too big over here. I'm too big. I can't be small. I gave that shit up when I was like 3 months.
I've been big
Big,
all
big
my
energy.
life.
Listen, I think I had to notice that somebody was making me feel small when I was hiding from myself. I was hiding from other people, and I was hiding in my own house. And it was like, this is no longer a thing. I am literally stopping this shit, and I am allowing myself to deal with it. And I did.
I think you've had a level of healing that
That shit
because
was
I've been there to witness it.
unreal.
You dope as hell.
That shit was unreal. And I
That
was
should
like,
be taught.
what? The fact that people said they can see it, I wish I knew how I did it. I don't even know. I just worked through it.
Well,
I never stopped. I didn't quit.
We talked about the cycle of healing, and one of those steps was really just self-reflection, being truthful with who you are. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I only got a couple more fucks to give. This year is almost over. So, you know who I stopped giving fucks to?
Who?
My baby daddy. Like, oh my God, I stopped really giving a fuck. And it's been irritating him. He asked me though, like, why you don't care no more? I really didn't care before. I just was bored. So I was doing shit. But now I really just like, oh, okay, cool. I want you to enjoy your life. I want us to have a better relationship. But before, I was bored as hell. Like, it wasn't even a bitter baby mama. It was just like, I'm bored this week. I'm gonna fuck with him.
That's funny.
It's true though.
So Sonia said, I'm pretty much laid back. So when I am taken out of character, it's a total different person. Meaning that's where giving no fucks kicks in real time.
I think that I'm better at giving a fuck when I'm around people that I love and that I'm loyal to, because I respect the fact that whatever I'm about to do, which is act the fucking fool, I know the people that love me is gonna act the fool too, and I know they got businesses and kids and everything else to think about. So I think for me, if I'm by myself, it's a whole nother ball game. It's a whole, like, I know I'm quicker to jump off the handle if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
But if I got somebody with me, it's like,
it's okay.
Like, I know this motherfucker got my back, but I gotta respect the fact that this person has shit that they got going on in their life, and I can't allow them to throw that away.
Yeah. So do you think relationships are better off when people don't give a fuck, or when they do give a fuck?
You know,
I mean, I already know my answer.
I'm about balance. I'm a Libra. It gotta be
Exactly.
It gotta be some balance in there. Like,
exactly.
You know me. I'm about the communicating. So I want to have a balance of fucks given and fucks not given. But we got to be able to talk about that, because if it's some stuff I give a fuck about and you don't, that's still unbalanced. That's still unbalanced. Like, you got to give me the same energy I'm giving you, because I'm like 50% petty.
What?
Shut up.
50.
Shut up.
Okay.
I said I was 50.
Right. You know what? That's fine.
Okay. I am.
Okay. But yes, I agree. Before I even asked by the time I finished asking the question, I already understood. Like, yeah, no, you can't not give any fucks in a relationship. I think it's just a matter of
See,
Yeah.
I think
It needs balance.
crackheads is the only people who have zero fucks.
Wait, what?
Crackheads, they don't give a fuck about nothing. You hear me?
You get on my nerves.
You ever watched a crackhead at a gas station? They don't give a fuck. They don't give no fucks about Corona or nothing. Crackheads don't give no fucks. I appreciate that sometimes. It's like, damn, I wish I had no fucks to give too. Like,
Lessons you learn from crackheads.
You gotta go. I don't care where you go. You gotta go somewhere.
What?
You gotta go somewhere.
It's gonna be a whole new segment.
lessons you learn from crackheads.
Ugh.
You felt that shit though, and what? You definitely
Hey,
felt it.
listen, crackheads is some hustlers. I ain't gonna even lie to you. This is what now we off. So I was telling somebody this the other day,
See?
and I was
Sparked the
like,
whole
crackheads are hustlers, fam.
They
So
will
they
sell
not-
you some shit they just stole from you. Just
You took that out of my pocket. You selling me my wallet?
like, fam, didn't I just give you $2? You trying to sell me back $2 more? How you gonna sell me $2? I give you these
For
$2.
$2.50.
I give you these $2. No, for $3. They be on their shit. I sell you these $2 for $3. What?
Something wrong with you.
Then you be sitting there thinking that you slow because you trying to figure out how the fuck you gonna buy $2 for $3. Somebody still
Okay.
lost.
Something wrong.
Somebody is out there still lost. Like, wait, but do that mean I get $5? What do that mean? I just gave away $5. Somebody is still lost.
Something wrong with you. You know that?
I don't give a fuck.
She said a crackhead asked me for a blunt roach.
See, they don't give no fucks, no Corona or nothing. You ever seen a crackhead wear a mask? None during the pandemic.
Have you ever seen a crackhead with coronavirus?
Yes,
Who?
all of them got it. Clearly, the fuck, they all got it.
Something wrong with you. My
It's
uncles
cool.
was crackheads.
You said that so nonchalant.
I mean, you know, we all got them in our family.
I wonder
If you live
if
in
my
the
daddy
hood.
was a crackhead or not. He was definitely an alcoholic. He did crack.
So, we gonna start wrapping up. Any last thoughts on not giving a fuck? You know who don't give a fuck? All them people who was texting us during the election.
I guess my
They don't
final
give a
thoughts. My final thoughts would be to have some type of self-awareness and to learn yourself and learn how to react to certain things. It's not a bad thing to give a fuck. Just learn how to show the fucks that you give.
Yeah. For me, I think you need to choose where you give a fuck. And sometimes dilute them bitches. Don't give a whole fuck. Give like a quarter fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put all of your emotions and all of your shit into one thing. Just be like, okay,
We are not giving anybody,
I understand.
the encouragement to be a hoe. Okay, that is not what she just said. That is not what she just said. Don't be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fuck all these niggas. That is not what she just said. Cause somebody heard it that way. That's
Like,
not
so you saying that I can give some fuck over here and fuck some over, fuck somebody over? No, that ain't that.
I don't give a fuck about Craig. I'm gonna fuck his brother anyway. That's not what.
All
we're
right, we
talking
are
about.
done. We are moving on to a
I
segment
don't know
we
who
like
Craig
to
or his
call
brother is.
"Don't Let This Fluffy Shit Fool You." You don't have one, do you?
I got a little one, but I'm
Okay.
eating candy right now.
All right, so I'll go first.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm good. This week, my fluffy shit goes to people who take kindness for weakness. Everybody, all of them, the whole lots of you, right? To whether it's blatant or not, right? To take advantage of somebody who is going out of their way to provide a level of comfortability for you, to then turn around and be disrespectful as fuck to them, now you got to go.
I'm seeing how many fucks you give in this moment.
Cut off game, so strong.
You still giving a fuck though.
I mean,
Me,
I
when I
had to
give my
because
fluffy
it's
shit,
done.
I call out names. I give addresses. Pull the fuck up, okay?
But it's just because I'm a giver, right? I'm a giver. That's just my nature. I'm not gonna change who I am because of any other person. But what I'm going to do is cut off your access to me, and that's what has to happen.
Listen,
If
I
I'm
was
giving you a
worried.
place to stay, right? Because these are people that
This
you
is
know.
getting good.
These are people who take your kindness for weakness. You can give them a whole place to stay, rent free.
I'm about to pass the collection plate because you preaching.
You know what I'm saying? And now they want to take your car.
Wait, what?
Cut the mics.
I'm just saying.
Cut the mic.
You know what I'm saying? You know that whole you give them an inch, they take a foot.
Well, if you give a mouse a cookie, but in this case, it was a rat. I do too, but it wasn't a mouse; it was a rat.
I'm just saying. So don't get your shit together. That's all I gotta say. You a bum, pretty much. If you are somebody who takes people's kindness for weakness and you feed off of that, and you become a parasite, you a bum. And that's just that on that.
And there's a difference between being a spoiled brat and a bum.
Exactly.
We just gonna say that.
So that's who got me fucked up this week. Don't let this fluffy shit fool you.
I was so scared when you started. I just knew. That's when I started giving a fuck. When you fuck with ZZ is when I give a fuck.
Gang.
Cause she's so nice.
We out of here on Instagram though.
So
Y'all got too much already.
my fluffy shit this week goes to an unlucky potluck.
Okay.
So I personally, I don't eat other people's food. On top of I have 1,000,001 food allergies. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna participate in the company's potluck, right? And it's a lot of Asian people, and I don't trust them anyway. So if I'm cooking for my family, my kitchen is clean, my hands are clean, whatever, but I'm not cooking COVID clean. I'm not wearing a mask in my own house cooking food. I'm not wearing gloves in my own house cooking food. So I was like, oh, okay, but you know what? I will bring a store-bought cake because they was like, oh, we still gonna do it. So my hours change. I still work third shift, but the regular third shifters take their break at 2 a.m. I choose to take my break at 8 a.m. They had break at 2. They went in there. They had their dinner. I figured by 7 o'clock they will be cleaning up and taking the rest of their food home. I take my break at 8. So 2 a.m. break. 7 a.m. they leave. 8 a.m. I take my break. Do you know I went in there at 7:07 a.m.? They had cleaned up, boxed up all the food, took my cake, split it up, divided it up, and left. Didn't even leave me a slice, a crumb, or nothing of my own cake. I was so unlucky in this potluck. And I think I don't want to give it to everybody. I want to give it to one particular person because I know she don't wash her hands when she come out the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
But she was like, oh no, I cut it up. Did you want mine? And she had it directly in her hand. Her name is Tao. Okay. Little Asian lady. Her name is Tao. She offered me a piece of my cake in her dirty ass hand. And I just felt like I will slap the fuck
I want to throw up a little bit.
out of her.
I'm not eating none out of nobody's hand. Do you hear me? Like,
I mean, coronavirus, one.
pre-coronavirus.
I'm trying to figure out like how was the company able to even allow us to have potlucks during coronavirus? But yeah,
I mean, unless y'all got less than 6 people on a shift,
nope,
that probably shouldn't be a thing.
nope,
Then you know people
I just wanted some of my cake.
people be having their cats and shit all on their countertops and stuff
I
like that.
just
don't have
wanted
no
some of the
time for
cake that I bought.
I
I just wanted some of the cake that I bought. Walmart had a caramel apple something cake. and it looked so magically delicious. And I paid $5.98 for it, and I wanted one slice.
We can go get some cake because now I want to try
I'm a little upset.
it.
So Tal, you get my fluffy shit this week. I know you're not listening, but fuck you. Fuck you long time. What?
I'm the only racist one on this show.
This
Man,
whole network.
it kind of that shit really hurt my feelings though. I was like, I grabbed my pearls and everything, like, you mean y'all cut up my whole cake? She was like, just told you it was some type of caramel apple cake. And she was just like, no, it was a cake. It was it was like a what's the ones that's round, they got the hole in the middle.
Bunt cake.
One of those.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna go upstairs
So-
and get some cake.
No, I got some cake at home for you. Got some cheesecake.
Ooh, okay.
But like I just felt like how dare you? And she was like, "Oh, that was your cake. It was the best. Oh my!" Like she talked it up and everything.
Damn.
And my supervisor was like, "What time are you taking your break?" And I was just looking at him like, "Stop trying to distract me, Mr. White Man. This little Asian lady finna get her ass whooped."
So you gave a fuck about that cake.
I definitely gave a fuck about that cake. I was gonna lie and be like, "No," because I was gonna take my son a piece home, but I was really gonna eat that shit in the car on the way home.
All right. So y'all know what it is. We got to turn it around. We can't leave y'all on a negative note. It's time for the Keeping It Cute.
I'm excited about this Keeping It Cute.
I'm
'cause-
excited to figure out who you finna give it to.
Is this right?
We gave you
Hell
one
no.
already,
No,
fam.
we did not.
You didn't?
I didn't. Shit.
Never wants to
I ain't give it to him. Shit.
I feel like
Don't miss me when I'm gone.
You ain't going no damn way.
you.
Anyway, so this week I was able to go to a comedy show called Home for the Holidays, presented by Hood Heathen, hosted by TDR's very own Andrew Shaw off of Speak Your Truth podcast. My fellow Pergoder gang in this bitch. You know, I don't tell people I went to Washington because I kind of sort of got kicked out or whatever, but all of the comedians did.
No.
She was trying to do that for
Yeah.
for Drew. But I really enjoyed myself. So I can't remember all the comedians' names, but I know it was Mike Larry, it was Brandon Smooth J something. I don't know
B-
his Brandon B. Smooth.
Yeah.
Some-
Bailey's dad, weak ass daddy, is
Okay, him,
Yeah.
little skinny ass dude. Michael J. Curtis, and of course our town home hero, Kelly motherfucking Kells, to be putting it down for the big girls. You know, y'all feel me. But what I really, really appreciated was the fact that Kelly Kells came out there. She did her set, and she always encourages the women. She definitely puts on for her city, no matter where she go. She shouted out Classic for being one of the top black-owned brands here in Milwaukee, and she ended her set with a poem that I used to read every single day called "Don't Quit." Now, too oftentimes when people are doing they sets, they just do their set and they get the fuck on, right?
Mhm.
She ended her set with a poem called "Don't Quit." So she poured into her audience and was like, you know what, no matter what y'all going through, I just want y'all to hear this poem. And the poem is so fucking dope. And then she talked about black women entrepreneurs. She talked about uplifting. She talked about being mentors to each other. Everything that P3 has literally been talking about. So it really, really resonated with me, as well as she said that she started her own tour. She has a tour going around right now that is produced by her personal mentor, the amazing Vivica A. Fox.
Okay.
So the tour, let me find it, is called Funny by Nature. Kelly Kells is obviously the headliner, and she handpicked the other comedians. Is Ashima Franklin, Jess Niche, our girl from Illinois, Kelly Kells herself, and Crystal Powell. None of these ladies are from the same state, but they're all black-owned, black women comedians, and I think that it's super dope for them to get together and say, you know what, we finna still get out here and get this bag. So in a pandemic where they was told that they had to cancel so many shows, Kelly Kells said, you know what, I still got bills. So she went and traveled state to state to figure out what comedians that she could bring together and start this whole tour. So make sure y'all Go out, check them out no matter what city, what state you're in. They come into a city near you. And Kelly Kell's got a dope ass special coming up, and she's hoping to be able to produce it here in Milwaukee.
Yay.
So shout out to her for keeping it cute and doing for the big girl.
That's dope.
I love Kelly Kell's.
That is dope.
She lit or whatever.
Again, hope y'all had a happy holiday. It is Saturday while we're recording, so make sure you support some locally owned businesses. We like to call it Small Business Saturday, but I don't like to call nothing small.
Big business.
I don't like to talk about people's little business. I'm talking about your big business, your emerging business, your growing business, your future $1 million, $1 billion business. Make sure y'all get out here and support the people that you know. You don't even understand
yesterday, other than
how much it means to you know what I'm saying, new entrepreneurs, people who running everything in a company. You don't understand how much those purchases mean. Even if you just purchase the smallest thing, it makes the biggest impact. That might be that last piece of encouragement that they need to keep on going. So do what you can. I understand it's a pandemic. Support goes a long way. You can also always share a post, like a post,
Black business.
Tell somebody else. Shop our Black business. Find us at www.prettypluspower.com.
I'm gonna just put my bracelets up here because I made all of these. You feel me?
I got one too.
The So Brady collection.
Here go mine, and it's my favorite.
So Brady charm bracelet collection. Yeah.
That is lit.
Spoil rotten, baby.
So yeah, y'all know what time it is. Go to the mirror, say exactly what it is you need to say to yourself to get you through the week. It's time for the I am statements.
I am the proof.
Why you didn't let me go first?
What? You paused like you was waiting on me. You said, now I gotta go deeper.
No, because Tasha said something. I'm remembering who the fuck I am.
You better come the fuck on, because guess what? We are the fucking proof.
Boom, boom. All right, y'all. We out. Thank y'all for listening again.